Good morning, guys. I'm kind of substituting for Joni this morning. We do have the same color hair. Okay, notice I'm being blonde there. And of course, Robert is off today too. And I got two young guys in here that we're recording this for training purposes. And I had to come up with an idea that actually one of my customers out in California was having problems with, and that was saving presets. Now, Joel back there is my co-host, and he's going to share some pictures on your screen. And this is directly from the owner's manual, too, by the way. Let me pull this back because it sounds kind of wispy to me. Saving presets. Now, of course, you guys know that you really don't have to save a preset. Laura's already done it for you on all of the models that's out there. The A series, the E series, the SU series. There's a bunch of presets already there. But just in case you didn't know how to do it, on your panel, on all of those organs, including the fanfares, okay, including some of the older models like the Legacy, the Legend, and or the anything that has memorized anything to it, okay? There's a memorize button, and normally when you hit the word memorize, if you don't know where it is, it's normally right next door to your bank presets. You're going to either have one, which is A, or you might have two, which is A and B, or you might have all five, A, B, C, D, and E. And all of the models that you can save presets on them have at least 1 to 5 of those, okay? Once you press the word memorize, you want to write this down. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to get it back eventually when Robert put it up on YouTube. But you want to hit the word memorize, and I'm doing it here. And you're going to hit the alphabet number you want to save it in first. If you have an organ that only has the A button, then that's the only one you can use. If you got an organ that has A and B, like the Premier, I think it has A and B, then you can use A or B. If you got the Grand Marquee or the Aria, A through E, okay? It doesn't matter. But normally I like to start off with the alphabet A, and then you want to press a number. The number is the general preset buttons that you see from 1 through 10, okay? All you have to do then is hit 1. And on the screen, if you notice, it's going to say with style or with transposer. With style means that whatever rhythm you had on for saving that preset, you're going to save it too. Now, if you didn't want to use that rhythm, then turn the rhythm off and just save the sound. So you don't have to mess with the with style button. Once you press it, and on your screen, for those who have touch screen, just tap the no or yes one and it changes to yes or no. For the most part, if you're saving it with a rhythm, hit yes. If you're not saving it with a rhythm, let it stay on no, because that's the default positioning anyway, okay? Set it with the transposer button, yes or no. That's going to be your choice. All right, we got the number. Now we're going to go back and do what? It's going to say on the screen, memorizing to preset number 1, and then you got to, don't forget to hit memorize again. Okay? Now you have saved that one preset. You already got it there. If you can do that 10 times on your fanfare or your journey, you can do that 20 times on your Premier or your Legacy. I think maybe the Legacy you can do it 30 times. Anything above that, you got touchscreen technology, you can do at least 60 times, okay? So you can do, now, people ask me, why do I want to save preset if Larry already done it for us? Well, sometimes you might have a special sound that you want to play first. That means you can move the general presets that you're already using around. You might say, I like number 8 to start with, okay? So you press 8 and then you play the sound. It's piano and strings. Well, you can always go back and go say, let's do this. Let's put 8 in number 1 because I want to start with that preset. You do the same procedure again. Memorize A with style 8. Memorize. And you got it. All you're doing is rearranging the presets there, okay? You getting this, guys? If you got any questions, you hold your hand up. Maybe I can answer it while we doing this. I don't see any hands up. Joel, do you see any hands up out there? I'm on the spotlight page, so I can't see everybody. Okay, let's keep going then. Okay. The next thing I heard from the same, I think her name is Gretchen. Gretchen, I can't pronounce her last name, Koloboski, I think it is. But she was having problems with understanding the sounds compared to the presets. And I'm here, hopefully today I can shed a light on the sound section of the instrument. If you notice on most of the organs you got, especially the touch screen models, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 sound sections. Now, I'm on the Palladium right here. They changed this a little bit on the E series because most of the time when you hit the sound button, you got to go to your screen to pick the sounds, okay? You have an upper orchestra and you got a solo orchestra. Those are two different sound sections. You also have an upper genius black tab right about there. Can you go back to the get it off to share screen there, Joel? And I want you to go back to the regular camera. This last black button on the Palladium here, that's also a sound on and off button, okay? You also have an upper tabs button, the red one, okay? That highlights all of the sounds from the upper tabs to the right of the instrument. If you notice, you got 16, 4, 8, 5, 5 and a quarter, percussion, strings, vocal, and upper sounds. Where the red upper tab button actually controls the on and off switch for everything to the right. Let's go back again because I really want you to get this. Orchestra, solo, upper sounds, and upper tabs. And for the most part, you got the same thing for the lower sounds and lower tabs. Just find the buttons that says that, okay? If you look to the left of the upper tabs, you got a lower tab button, which operates all of the organ sounds and other sounds on the lower part of the instrument, the lower left of the instrument. For those who got a split point or the organ splits when you got a rhythm on, you can have the lower sounds. If you go back to the orchestra red section here, you got orchestra on, and you got lower left on, and you got lower right on. This is where everybody's getting confused at, okay? Upper on means that I'm going to have any instrument over here on the top. If I have the lower left on, I'm going to have any instrument over here or over here. If I got the lower right button on, I got any instrument over here on the right part of the organ, okay? Let that settle in for just a second or two, because it kind of confuses some people. If I go to the solo section, it has the same setup. Upper trumpet on the top. You know, you can anything for the blue you can put on the top. But if I have the lower, it's going to put that same instrument down here. Look at the blue section again. It says solo. On the E series, is orchestra, is genius. Some of them say genius. Some of them say orchestra 1, or sound 1 and sound 2, or solo 1 and solo 2. But you got to remember what you got on. You got to have either the upper on if you wanted that piano what's lit up right now. If that's not on, if the piano's not on, then you got nothing on the top. But if I got the piano on, it says upper on the piano. Lower right, I can assign whatever I want. Hawaiian guitar if I want it down here. Let me turn that trombone off first. And turn my lower right on. piano on the upper. And Jerome, you say, I hear the strings in there. Well, if I notice on the upper tabs for the organ tabs, strings are on. Let's turn that off and see what we got piano by itself. And that's where the confusion comes. I see that in a lot of my my students in my class. They can't kind of grasp that. Just remember, when you're using the normal or regular presets on the organ, or your setup buttons on the organ, it turns on a lot of stuff. From the factory, it turns on a lot of instruments. So you have to look at it and say, oh, well, the upper's on, the solo is on, the upper tab button is on. I just want the piano. Well, then begin to start taking this stuff off, okay? Upper tabs, that's the first thing I do is take that one off. Solo, I turn that one off on the bottom and top, and now I just got the piano. But if I go back to a preset like preset 8, watch out. If I hope you can see the lights come on. See how many that brought on? It brought on a lot of instruments. Sometimes you say, that's too many. I don't want all of those. So you begin to just turn stuff off. Upper tabs is that's the first thing I do when I want to save a preset, solo preset. And I'm going to show you how I do this. I got upper on, but I got a bunch of blinking lights. I don't want them on. I just want the piano. And I don't want the trumpet in this solo. I want none of that on over there. So I turn it all off. And I got my piano all by itself. I'm using the piano because it's one of the most popular sounds out there when it's coming to saving a preset. And normally people like to start with the preset piano with the in the first part of the song. So I see I got it already, and I don't have no rhythm on. I even got piano on the lower. Well, if you like it, memorize, and I hope you're repeating after me. A1, no style, memorize. I love to see. I must apologize too for Joni. She's really busy with a big promotion that they got down there with Marco. And I also apologize for Robert because he had to run to the doctors, I believe. And Jerome got the idea of let's do something today to keep our customers really happy, and some free information. And this is being recorded, so you'll get a chance to see it on YouTube and our Patreon site eventually. Once Robert get it updated and everything, it won't be immediately. Okay, so be patient. And if you got any questions on what I'm talking about today, this is not going to be a long, drawn out workshop. It's going to be short and quick, but I want you to pick up the phone today. My number here is 520-696-0460. If you feel uncomfortable about raising your hand and asking a question, I can understand that because I got a lot of people who don't like to ask questions in class. But if you feel that you need to explain, you want me to explain it a little bit more, please do not hesitate to call me at that number. Or send me an email and with your phone number on it at 5026@FletcherMusic.com. Okay? I see a few people on there that I kind of know. I think I do. Maybe not. But we got a nice little crowd today because unexpectedly. Let me see, can I arrow over to see what I can see here? My mouse is like really weird. The way they got this set up here, Zoom. It's kind of weird to do this. Okay, I see Renee. Renee, how you doing? Mashin? Let's see, anybody else in here that I know of? Marilyn with an Aria, I think I know her. Nancy Kelly, Joe White. If you guys got questions, some of you guys already know this stuff, so that's a good thing, all right? All right, I'm going to play another song or two, so you might be able to download it and actually save it on your stick or whatever. I'm using a floppy drive today because I thought this Palladium would be one that would be right in the middle of everything, and they haven't changed the way they save presets on Lowry's since 1998. Just to let you know that. So if you got a Lowry and you got a general presets 1 through 10, and the alphabet starting with A, B, C, D, or E, or one of the 5, you can still save presets the same way. There's no difference. They haven't changed that feature in years, okay? And I know why, because eventually, once you trade up enough, you'll have it down pretty back, okay? Because that's what happened to me. Because I used to work for other manufacturers before Lowry. It was Yamaha and Techniques and Roland, but Lowry hasn't changed their way of saving presets for years, and I'm kind of glad they did, because it makes you actually even learn it as even from the smallest organ from way back. You probably know how to go memorize the alphabet, A, B, C, D, or E, and the number you want it in. Normally, when you save it and then go back to and hit memorize again with the style, or before we hit memorize, hit style or with transposer, then memorize. Just remember one thing, guys. Lowry has a lot of presets already in there. You don't have to, especially with the newer models, you might have to rearrange them to fit your music style. For instance, somebody said, well, I'm getting ready for my holiday music, like Silent Night, but I want to have the violin to play the first verse. Well, find your violin, save it in preset 1. Then you say, I want the chorus to come in my second time around with Silent Night. Find the vocals, put on the AOC with it, save it at number 2, and so on and so on. Sometimes you don't need but no more than 2 presets to do a whole song. Okay? Let's do something right now. I'm gonna stay in that because I got on my music note. One of my students made for me. I don't know how she did that, but she put the music notes in the staff on the tie. I'm gonna put on a nice little classic piece on here, not the Western. They got a Baroque in here. This is a nice instrument, by the way. Anybody needs one of these, please call me. This one is called Pop Classic, okay? And I'm going to end with this because I told you at the beginning, if you want to see it again, it will be recorded and uploaded eventually, all right? But I'm going to end with this favorite rhythm that I really like, and I'm just going to use the general presets that I got, okay? Or the normal presets that I got. like to thank you very much for sitting in on this today. And just remember that if you want anything, you need anything, just give me a call at the store, and I'll be glad to help. Hopefully, answer your questions. We'll see you later. Okay.